This is the one where you're going to learn all about production and audio and lighting for interiors, and also how to use reflectors and all kinds of little devices for outdoor applications as well. You're also going to learn a little bit about editing and about lines of movement, direction, actors, all kinds of information before we get started with the actual movie production. So we are shooting in a New York City style studio backlot in Burbank, California. And to tell you a little bit about the video that you're going to see here coming up, we primarily use cuts and push slide transitions, which kind of push the frame off the edge of the screen. And we use very few dissolves because we don't want to kind of fool your eye into getting into this whole dissolved, soft kind of look. So here's our studio, and you're going to see our lights here. This production, we're going to be using all of these lights. And also, what I'm going to go ahead and do for the next few minutes is tell you about each one of these lights, primarily as a way of understanding the instruments that we're using. So the first one we're using is the RE 2000 watt Fresnel. It's stand mounted. It is able to push and get you a really good lux rating, as you can see on the back wall there, from really far away. And then we're going to also use the RE 1000 watt Fresnel, which is also stand mounted. The RE 650 is pretty much the workhorse of the set. It's the one we're going to use the most. Here's the 650 again from another angle, and you can see how far away it is from the back wall compared to the 300 and the 150. The 300 watt is great for backlights. It's primarily the backlight king of production. The size of the lens is perfect for making a backlight. And then after that, we're going to get into the 150. The 150 Fresnel is going to be the best light that you can use for rim lighting or kicker lights from the sides of the actor, and also for spotlighting certain details in the set. The reason being is it's just the right wattage. You never have to dim it up or down. And you'll see that we use that little kind of symbol, that little squiggly symbol. That denotes approximately. So whenever you see that, it says this is approximately where we're at. The reason being is that you can't really measure exactly what the HMI is putting out unless you actually use a color meter. So there's our model, Laura. She's a very nice young lady. You're going to be seeing her a lot. She was also one of the actresses in our movie. There she is at tungsten 3200 degrees Kelvin white balance in that HMI light. She looks blue, but when we change over to daylight white balance, she goes into the correct color. The key light is going to be our main light source, which is all the lights that we just saw in that pass-through of all the RE lights. We're going to discuss every single one of those lights as being a key light. And also, the back wall is that actual brick wall. We're 9 feet from the back wall, and we're 10 feet to the camera. Now, for the actual modifier tests, for actually testing the nets and the silks and all those modifiers, we're going to use a 2000 watt stand-mounted RE Fresnel, which is that first light that we saw at the beginning. So we're at f4.0 is that symbol that you see in the bottom left-hand corner. That's the exposure that's set at the camera. And right now, when you see where there's the text that says no modifier right there in the center, that means we're not using a black silk or a net or a flag in the frame. And when we use it, we'll actually tell you what we're using exactly and the grade of it. So we're going to show you a simple key-filled backlight. If you just walked in on the set and you just popped up 3 lights and didn't really want to motivate them from the foreground practical, we're going to show you what that looks like. So we already showed you the right way, showed you the wrong way. We're going to show you another way right now. So here it is with just nothing but the practical, and we're starting to turn on the lights. There's just a key and a fill and a combo, and a slash on the background. So this is what it would look like with just 3-point lighting, with a specular key source and a soft fill source, and just a slash against the background. Just basic video lighting.